So, I mean, these NBA playoffs, I had such a bad first week. I couldn't do anything right, and I'm finally starting to get my sea legs and feel like I'm seeing things clearly because I know they're so beatable, you know?
I won Friday. I won Saturday. I won Sunday. And then brimming with confidence, when you started winning, I took a dump.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. There's room for both of us. And here on pregame.tv, Teddy Covers, Steve Fezzik, it's time to talk the Washington Wizards and their playoff chances. Are we buying or selling? Let me start with this. At the All-Star break, I called Washington my #1 bet against team. And boy, that paid dividends. The Wizards were awful in February, awful for a good stretch of March. But now, it's a very different Washington team.
Instead of hitting the wall, they are clicking with the wall. And I'm conflicted on this one. You know, I've kind of gone back and forth. It's like Gladiator, right, with Russell Crowe, where I'm trying to decide, and I'm like, I guess we're going to keep him. When you do a 4-0 sweep, the way they beat the living daylights out of Toronto, I know we're not going to get value anymore, but I think they're a legitimate shot. They could contend in the East.
And see, this is my question for you. When you say, oh, they swept someone, so they're not going to get value. I remember had to be it's probably 4 or 5 years ago now when the Denver Nuggets came out and they covered their point spread in the first 9 straight playoff games. And they swept the first round and they swept the second round, and you made money until they lost to the Lakers. They ended up losing to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. But the markets don't notice. The markets don't go crazy on teams like Washington that were mediocre to good in the regular season, but suddenly beat a suspect foe like Toronto that I think is going to keep the betting markets contained on the Wizards. There's not irrational exuberance here. We are talking about a team that's now 9-1 against the spread in their last 10 ball games, and you do start to see the value fade at that point, but it's also a Wizards team 7-1 straight up, 8-0 against the spread on the road in the postseason over the last 2 years. And no matter what happens in the second round, they're going to be dogs on the road in every one of those games.
Here's my concern. Last year, the Wizards were not highly regarded. And again, they got the shaky thumbs up, not just shaky, but emphatically after they beat the Bulls. And you say, oh, no one notices. Money poured in on them in the next round, and they got slapped around by Indiana, and they were not getting attractive prices at all. The same thing might happen this year.
Oh, it absolutely could. But this year's Wizards team right now, they're facing a weaker group of opponents. And there's vulnerability in Cleveland, there's vulnerability in Atlanta, and heck, they could meet Brooklyn. You know, I mean, the stranger things have happened in the next round. And of course, there's the evolution of John Wall. You know, John Wall was good, now John Wall is great. And Paul Pierce, I can't underestimate the impact that Paul Pierce has on that team. Paul Pierce is a proven winner in the postseason, and his ability to cohesively integrate that locker room, I think, is very crucial.
Swagger, the truth will set you free. And he laid down the truth to Toronto. Let's see how he does when he doesn't have to go through customs anymore.
Let's see it, though. So, are we buying the Wizards, both of us right now, as a potential? Yeah. We'll do it like this. Wizards get the buy sign from Teddy and Fez. I did it again. I was in the fucking wrong camera.
You're still on air.